These are the actions that will lead you to hell. Be careful. First, we must understand that energy is the force of life. The sun is a big ball of energy, and it gives life to all things. So too, when we have energy, we feel alive. And when we lack energy, we feel more like death, more tired. At the end of the day, we go into a mini-death called sleep to restore our life and to emerge again in the morning, hopefully with our energy restored. And what they call heaven is everlasting life. And what they call hell, it's like an eternal death. What you may not be aware of is that energy is the fundamental resource of existence. Everything is energy, but it's just energy manifesting in these different forms. And we name and label these forms. We say, look, this is money, but money is just a representation of the transfer of energy. Natural resources like oil is used in the production of energy. Food, we eat the food, we get energy from the food, we live. Life is what is valuable, and the essence of life is energy. And so morality is determined by one's relationship to life or to energy. If one wastes their energy, or when one takes life, that is considered sin or wrong action. And when one gives energy, when they give life, that is considered right action, because you are increasing the overall amount of energy or life in existence. And so there are three fundamental types of actions. There are negative actions, positive actions, and neutral actions. Negative actions are things that take your energy and give you nothing in return. Neutral actions neither take nor give you energy. And positive actions always give you more energy than what you put out. We know intuitively that what is hell is suffering. It's negativity, it's pain. And what is heaven is joy, it's love, it's peace. And so what you can do is that you can get in touch with how you feel at any given moment and determine whether or not you're on the path to hell or on the path to heaven. Now this changes from moment to moment, and so at one point you might feel negative, and then at another point in the same day, you might feel very positive. But by tuning in to what is called the emotional guidance system, we can direct our life and know where we are going. We can know if we're going in the right direction or if we are headed toward doom. A very easy way to think about this is the contrast between black holes and stars. Black holes are the destructive force of the universe, and stars are the creative force. They give life to all things. Even black holes, they give life to. So what a black hole does is it consumes, it takes, it gives nothing and takes everything. And a sun, or the stars, are the opposite. They give life, they give and ask nothing in return. They give, give, give. So too, what you will find on these different paths of life, if you are on the path of selfishness, of pride and arrogance, of using others for your own benefit, of taking advantage of others, you will feel progressively more and more negative until you are in a state of absolute suffering and in hell. But for instance, when you serve others, when you do things that benefit other people, you will always feel better afterwards because you are nurturing the force of life. You are giving your energy. This is also why working out and exercising makes you feel good afterwards. It's because you're circulating your energy. You're breathing deeply. You're allowing the blood to flow. You're releasing certain hormones. And your body is functioning. It's alive. But at the same time, if you were to sit and do nothing every day, or if you're hiding in your room, not going anywhere, not doing anything, or sitting at the same desk job for years and years and years, not moving, it is almost impossible not to become depressed, to feel negative all the time, because your body has lost its life, because you are not moving. And all that energy that would have been going to your body travels up to your mind to produce a never-ending stream of thoughts. And these thoughts that are electrical impulses in the brain, which is a form of energy, continuously drains you of whatever life, whatever energy is left. The brain uses an enormously large amount of our energy. And so if you're producing thoughts all the time, if you're always having negative thoughts, if you're always ruminating, your energy is being drained. And if you allow your energy to be drained long enough, you will find yourself in hell, because the force of life is always leaving your body. And where life is not, death is. Death will take its place. And at some point, the balance between life and death in your body, in your being, one will outweigh the other. And if that force of death outweighs the force of life, then you are inevitably headed toward hell. But so too, if you begin valuing your energy, if you begin paying attention to where your energy goes, you can shift the balance between death and life within you. And if that balance goes into your favor, if you can increase the amount of life within you, eventually, day by day, you will start feeling better. You will start feeling more at ease, more in peace. You will begin to enjoy life more, because only when you have life are you actually living. But people who are in a perpetual state of fight or flight, when their energy is constantly being leaked and drained, that is survival. It's not living. And that is why, for instance, in first world countries, or at least America, the United States, we have an epidemic of people committing suicide, of depression, of loss of motivation and the will to live. Why is this? Because when your physical needs are taken care of, when you don't have that immediate pressure to move, when you're starving, you have to act. You're motivated. You don't have the opportunity to just lie around and do nothing all the time. But when you have your needs taken care of, all of that energy goes into the mind. And so we essentially get decapitated from our bodies. Our bodies stop circulating the life force as much. And we become sick. And we become ungrounded. Add on to this an unhealthy lifestyle of fast food and processed everything. You're adding so much entropy onto the system that it's like pouring gasoline onto the fire that is going to destroy you. And so you see, when one goes without the force of life for long enough, they lose the will to live. The less life we have, the quicker death will manifest. And so to keep yourself from falling into the pit of despair, you have to begin valuing where you give your energy to. Are you giving your energy to that which is positive or to that which is negative? It really is as simple as that. Are you allowing yourself to ruminate on negative thoughts? Are you believing in them and giving them your energy? Are you engaging in actions that you know make you feel worse afterwards? That's how you can tell whether or not something is good or something is bad, by how you feel. And sometimes it's not until the next day until you really know how you feel, or until a few days afterwards. So it's not just that, oh, I'm going to engage in impulsive pleasure and I feel really good right now, it must be a good thing. You have to calculate the overall effect it has on your life. But that requires awareness. And to develop that awareness, we just want to focus on how we feel. Do we feel good? Well, then we must be doing something right. We must be on the right path. Do we feel bad? Do we feel negative? Then we can just observe, where is my energy being leaked? Where am I focusing on negativity? What actions am I engaging in that might be causing the life force to be drained. You can tell exactly whether or not a food is healthy for you by how you feel afterwards. If you eat a food that has a few seconds of pleasure and then a few hours of pain, then clearly it is something that you should stop doing. But the great news is that the moment you just begin valuing your energy and focusing your awareness in that direction, you will naturally begin dropping off the things that cause you to lose your energy. Because life makes you feel good and death makes you feel bad. The reason that people continue to engage in self-destructive behaviors is that they are unconscious. They don't sit with themselves long enough to feel that pain. But the moment you begin paying attention to how everything makes you feel, you will naturally want to gravitate toward what makes you feel better. I like to think about it like a plant, like the morality of a plant. The plant doesn't know anything. It just knows when it is in the light and the warmth of the sun, and when it is in the darkness. So it moves towards the light and away from the darkness automatically. It doesn't think about this. You have to slow down enough to really pay attention to these feelings. Whereas a lot of people, they just go through their day and are reacting to everything unconsciously. That is why people get themselves into such big problems. But the more you begin paying attention, the more you can gain some control over where you direct your energy. And whether or not you ultimately live a good life or a tragedy comes down to how able are you to take your energy away from that which steals it, from negativity, from wrong actions, to be able to neutralize negative experiences, and then to give your energy to that which is positive, to serve others, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind. Life then does all the heavy lifting for you. It works out all your problems, because this divine intelligence that is life is already moving everything forward. We just have to get out of the way and stop sending it down the wrong directions.